Sup guys, it's desRow. I'm here this week with 3 guests and 1 new guy. Xeno is his first appearance. Let's start with the intros. What's up guys, or what's up Xeno? How have you been up to? And I know you've been streaming more. Do you like it?
Yeah, it's pretty nice. What's up, my boy desRow? How's it going, man?
Good. Are you going, do you have any plans to go to any tournaments or?
Well,
Like,
I mean, I don't think any tournaments exist in North America anymore, right? So,
yeah.
not many tournaments to go to.
Oh, that sucks, man. What about you, Harstem? What have you been up to?
Yeah.
I'm playing.
What?
Playing on the ladder, desRow.
Are you really in the ladder game right now? No, you're trolling me.
No. I have been playing. That's what I've been up to. Nothing
Oh,
else.
okay. I don't know, with Mini playing some CSGO right before the show, I wasn't sure, man. You guys were
I
all
have
gonna
not been
troll?
playing any Counter-Strike. I've been practicing very dedicated lately.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, me too.
Are you saying that because your manager is watching the show?
No.
Alright. What's the first tournament in Europe for you guys? Do you have anything scheduled or planned? Or?
Infinity.
Infinity? And when is that?
There's qualifiers for that soon. And there's
You're
going to be
planning
IM
qualifying?
Katowice with qualifiers.
Oh, nice. Alright. Well, let's start with the show. And so what happened is Huck, by the way, is stuck in Philadelphia. His bus wouldn't take off yesterday because there was too much snow. So for those missing Huck, he'll be back next week. Don't worry, there's no drama. Unspoken drama, there's none of that. But yeah, I asked Harstem to be on the show and he's like, why don't we just talk about the game? And I'm like, well, man, we could be talking about this or that. He's like, no, let's talk about the game. So, Harstem
Did you
here.
really do that, Kevin?
Yes.
Yeah, he wanted to talk about like people switching teams.
Like the drama is the only thing that's fun about this game. Why would we talk about the game?
No, but Kevin's a big boy. He likes the Korean strategies and the Pro League strategies. So we're going to talk a little bit about what's current and what's like really efficient or popular. And yeah, let's just start with it. PVT, Harstem. We have Xeno, and like one thing I like about this week is we have a lot of good players. You know, we have Xeno, we have Mini, we have Harstem. You know, Huck's not here, so we really have a lot of good players on the show. So it doesn't happen too often because usually we have Nathanius and Huck and myself. So, but yeah, Kevin, PVT. What do you like lately? Is there anything new in Pro League that's because Pro League still uses the old maps, right? So do they still manage to make new and interesting builds?
Not really. I think we're seeing a lot of the same stuff in PvT.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of Reaper into factory from Terra, and then the Protoss defending as well as possible, and then either dying early on or not dying, and then winning late game.
Mm-hmm. What about on the new maps? Is there anything new in PvT?
Well, I think you mean the new ladder maps.
Yes.
Well, I think Infernal Pools is horrible for PvT. It's very big, lots of space to drop, and it's just about Protoss defending well. But even then, I feel that's one of the maps where Terran actually has a decent shot in late game, because the fourth is rather far away as well, so it's droppable. Fifth base is difficult to take for Protoss as well. Well, what are the other maps? Funny Research Station. That's one of the only new maps that I actually like. It's very standard, but not boring like Infernal Pools. Expedition Lost I think is trash, and I think Secret String is one of the worst maps we had in a long time.
Really? You don't think those maps can give interesting games? Like new strategies, new ways to play. Like Secret Spring with the double rocks creates interesting scenarios, no?
I think it creates very boring and passive games on Secret String. It's very difficult for Terran to push out. SCV pools are very difficult to pull off as well. You have to go all the way around because 2 force fields block this path. I'm all up for crazy maps, but what they did right now is with Infernal Pool they probably placed the most standard map possible into a map pool. It's basically like Frost, but worse. Funny Research Station is just kind of standard, I guess. They have an in-base, which is cool. We haven't had that in a long time in a 2-player map. Expedition Lost is a map. I guess that one is a bit different from all others.
Yeah. Well, Expedition loss is really like it's not that bad, right? Like
No, no,
Xeno,
I think it's all right. I just think I think it's very imbalanced. So
why?
Wait,
The one
what?
with the back rocks, Xenocider, like, what's your thoughts? Do you get Blink all in a lot?
Oh wait, before we go to Expedition Lost, I want to talk about Secret Spring, because this is like something I feel is a common problem we've been running to in the ladder, in terms of map rotation, where we've got a map like Secret Spring, and the gimmick with Secret Spring is that you can close off the middle, right? So that you can, like, you can create a pretty passive game, or whatever. I feel like there's a lot of times where Blizzard tries to experiment with these new maps to create, like, flavor and, like, interesting dynamics in the game, right? But what ultimately it comes down to is there's like one gimmick on these maps, right? And then people figure it out in like, let's say people completely figure it out in like a month, right? But then since the map is in the pool for like 3 months, like the 2 months after that, after the map has been figured out, after the gimmick has been figured out, it's just like, why are we still playing this map? Like, it's just dumb, you know? Like, the interesting dynamic is when the map is still fresh, right? But since the map hole rotations are so spaced out, what it ultimately comes down to is like, I don't know, it just gets kind of stale and like it just gets kind of dumb at some point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. What about you, Mini Secret Spring? Is it? I know a lot of Zergs veto it.
Yeah, I veto it, man. Fuck that map.
There's just
It's
no.
so fucking stupid, man. Like,
There's no hope.
the Terran Reaper like spawns in your fucking main, and then you're gonna walk down your natural, and there's like 6 Hellions waiting. Nah, man, fuck that. I played one game versus 4GG, and I was done.
Yeah, you vetoed it afterwards.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, Expedition Loss. I know someone like the Muslim has been very vocal about this map should be removed, like really right away from the ladder map pool. Xeno,
That's the snow map.
Yeah, the snow map. What about the blink all-ins with the back rocks, Xeno? Is that a problem?
I don't know. I haven't run into a lot of blink all-ins on Expedition Lost. It's more
Immortal.
Mortal all-ins or 2-base Colossus all-ins. The thing is, Terran relies on the bunker setup to defend these type of all-ins. So even if you have less units in them, if you have 3 bunkers, 4 bunkers up, and you have SCVs repairing them, then you don't have much of a problem, right? But if they have a route into your base from the main, that means that you need to bunker up both in the main and in the natural, and that's just completely unrealistic because you're looking to invest like 800 minerals or whatever into defense, and then from that point on, it's not even about like, do you get the bunkers up in your main in time? You know, it's just really tricky. I have no idea why we put in a map with rocks in the main base for Terran, because I can't think of any real way for Terran to abuse that against Protoss. It just seems like a very one-sided affair.
What's your opinion on that, Harstem? Do you agree with Xenocider?
yeah, I think the map is. I don't think it's Colossal Win is a problem there. Because against Colossal Win, you don't really need bunkers in your main base. You can just defend with the Vikings. You get so clumped up as pros. But I agree with Immortal Win, it's insane how strong it is. Because you need like 4 bunkers to defend at one front. You can't put 4 bunkers at both locations. You just don't have the money. And especially with the possibility of the Immortal Win being a fake, you can't just invest 800 minerals in something that might be fake. And even if it isn't fake, you probably don't even have the money to put up that many bunkers. But I think it's only against Immortal, and I don't agree with the Colossal End part. For the rest of the map, I think it's rather Terran favored in PvP.
Yeah, because I assume the SCV all-ins are really hard to beat, right? The way the third is set up?
I don't think SCV All-ins. I think it's just a lot of drops are difficult to spot. There's a lot of area you need to cover with observers, and your third is a bit difficult to defend. There's a lot of locations where the Terran can fly in or fly past certain areas with medevacs, and it's difficult to defend.
Okay.
However, I must say, I'm checking my match statistics now, and I have the highest win percentage on this map. But it just is in general, it's 87%. So maybe it's a good Protoss map, I don't know.
What about you, Mini, versus Terran and versus Zerg? What's your thoughts on Expedition Loss? So
I
far?
think... I don't know about CVP, but I think it could be good. It's been working okay so far if you play aggressively. And... versus Terran, you can't really play macro, I think. If you want to play Mutaling Bling. But it's great for road challenge, and I like road challenge, so I like it.
Why is it not great for macro?
Man, look at it. Like they're so close to Terrans.
Yeah.
Like it's so small.
Yeah.
Oh, I remembered another thing. Like on Expedition Lost, you can't Reaper Scout on that map because you can only go through one. You can only go through his natural up into the main. You can't go through the back. So that makes it even trickier against something like an Immortal line.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a very good point. Those rocks. It's definitely one of the worst Reaper maps in this map pool. And what else? You know, Inferno Pools. Harstem touched on it earlier. Xeno, do you think Inferno Pools is really bad for Protoss? Do you like it as a Terran? It's so wide and everything.
I just think it's bad.
Oh, just
Not,
like in general?
not just for... Yeah, I don't think it's a good map.
Yeah, I just think that Inferno Pools is actually just dumb. I mean, you play against Zerg cross positions on that map, and it's impossible to win if they go 2-base Muta. As like, there's so much airspace and so many ways for the Mutas to maneuver. I don't know. The map just doesn't make much sense to me the way it was designed.
What if we go back and look at the map like Alterzim Stronghold or maybe even like Tal'Darim Altar? Like those maps were big. But they weren't like that bad. Why is this map worse? Or were they that bad? Like Alterzim, you know, like the purple map.
Yeah, that wasn't a very good map, was it? Now.
Yeah, that was really hard for Terran to win cross positions as well against Zerg.
So are just like too big of a map just not good for StarCraft?
I mean, for some matchups, it's obviously not going to be good. Like for Terran versus Zerg, it's obviously going to be much more difficult if the Zerg is farther away rather than closer. Mm-hmm. And there's no real way for Terran to adapt to that scenario. If they're farther away, you're just playing the same game that you are on like Expedition Lost, for example, except that you're at a disadvantage, in my opinion.
What about you, Victor, Mini? Do you agree with that? Do you think
the lava map?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. It's good. It's scary. Like in CVC, it's fucking rough though, and CVP, I don't like it, but CVT, it's nice.
I see.
But I think close positions, Inferno Pools, Terran versus Zerg, it's like it's impossible for Zerg to win because you can just take the gold base as your third, and then you just rally into their natural, and then they die. So
yeah, but the other two spawns are
the other two spawns are great. Yeah.
YOLO.
Okay. Fair. Let's move on more to the matchup specifically. Harstem, your thoughts on versus Zerg? Is there anything new? Is there new timings that are being... I saw your games in IEM Taipei, and I saw like the gateway pressure with like a 1 or 2 sentry. Is that something new, or haven't been watching enough?
You mean Sun Gate?
Sorry. Oh, was it? Oh, the Sun Gate?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you tell me?
I think that build is
really good.
That was made at the start of Hot desRow. Like, that's 2 years.
No, but it used to be without the sentries, though. That's my point. So
you can make sentries with it. You have enough money.
All right.
It's just 1 gas 4 gate pressure. I think it's very popular in Europe. It's not that popular in Korea, so I don't think it's the best way to play. But I think in general we see a lot of sentry style +2 Blinkstalk are still the same old in CVP. A few Zergs have been playing like 10 Swarm Host into Muta. I think Dark played it quite a bit. In Europe, Betrayus plays it quite a bit. But I don't think we're seeing much new. Just a lot of Roach Hydra all-ins, I think. That's it.
Yeah. Okay. And do you think that's going to change once Pro League switches their map and uses what we use, like the ladder maps?
I doubt it. I think the only thing that there's going to be a switch when the new Swarm Host patch, if it will ever hit.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
There should be something new then.
Okay, yeah, that'd be nice to see how it goes then. What about TVZ, Xenocider? Has there been anything new, anything exciting?
I think TVZ recently, people have been cutting the extra 2 Hellions, going 4 Hellions instead of 6. Mm-hmm. And people have realized that you can't really deny the Zerg creep spread, so what people are doing is they take their first 2 medevacs, and instead of sending those 2 medevacs to clear creep, they just send it to like some random Zerg base and then start trying to do economic damage. And they follow that up with another 2 medevac drop afterwards, whereas beforehand, people would be trying to send their 2 medevacs straight to the edge of the creep and start clearing that right away. So that's a metagame shift. And then we've been seeing a lot in GSL and SSL. People are going Banshee, but they're not getting cloak. They're just using it to get map control. So that's quite interesting. Some small metagame changes, but in general, it's pretty much the same.
Mm-hmm. There's a user on Reddit that was asking the question, even though I can't, I'd like some pro opinion on the sudden resurgence of +3 Reaper or 3+ Reaper in both TVZ and TVP. Seems like Muru started it, but I've seen both Dream and MMA using it.
Yeah, I don't think that Maru necessarily started it. I know that Dream has been using it for a while. I was looking at some build orders on Korea. I think what it ultimately comes down to is when the metagame in TVZ shifts quite a bit, and it's like in response to each other. So for a while, Terran started going CC first every single game. So Zerg compensated that by playing more greedy, taking later pulls, earlier gases, and not even making 6 lanes most of the time. So then I think that Terran players responded to that, seeing that the pulls were later and more greedy. They decided to go Reapers to try to put pressure on there. Mm-hmm. And then I'm sure once it comes to a point where Zerg start countering Reapers effectively again by adjusting their pull timings, I'm sure that Terrans will bring back things like CC first and yeah, stuff like that.
Is it because 3 Reaper can kill a queen pretty quickly?
Yeah, 3 Reaper can put a lot of pressure on. I mean, thing is, if right now this map pool is quite good for Reapers. Like Secret Spring is very good for Reapers. Catalina is really good for Reapers. Infernal Pulse is really good for Reapers. There's a lot of area in which you can... Yes?
I just want to put in here real fast. I think Moro invented it, and Dream stole it from him, because he has a really popular stream.
Alright. Hello?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, is this Lego?
What the
Hello?
Alright guys, what were you saying? Sorry, Kevin or Minnie? This,
Yeah, I think Moro made the build, and
Awesome.
Dream
I
took
agree.
it from him.
Oh,
But
Moro
has a
made
really
the
popular
build.
stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
You agree, right, Kevin?
Yeah, sure. I'm just watching Mama Chang in the background.
Oh, Leo's mom is in the background.
Yeah, Mama Chang.
Ah, Mama Chang. Oof. Bend over.
What the fuck? Oh dear lord! All right, guys.
I'm
But
probably
yeah,
not going to join the military. I'm looking to become a professional bodybuilder. So.
Jesus Christ. So, what about you, Kevin?
Yeah.
What's do you deal with 3 Reapers efficiently?
3 years now.
Sorry, what did you say? I was lit.
No. All right. I meant Victor, Mini.
No,
Yeah.
not yet.
Well,
How
Not
do you
yet.
deal with the 3 Reaper?
I don't know, you make like 5 queens
You know,
with your micro.
just love the form of the male body.
Jesus Christ. All right, we're gonna wait
No,
it out.
why
No,
did you do that?
Because we need to keep the show rolling, man.
Oh no, you killed the show. We had fucking Xeno's MILF mom on the show, and you just adios him like that.
He'll come back. He'll come back.
You're gonna lose all your viewers, man.
No. It's okay. It's okay. I can. Oh, dear lord. Hold
Yeah,
on, guys.
the chat is gonna riot now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is what it is, man. No, I just want to continue the show. All right. So, TVZ, you make 5 queens to be the 3 Reapers. So you go gasless, basically.
No, you just make 5 queens with normal gas.
Okay.
It's fine.
Okay. So.
I'm back, boys.
You know, next time if it happens again, if you could mute your microphone, that'd be great, man.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Yeah.
Who was it?
It was somebody asking me to join the military.
Really? Wow. Well.
You said you were gonna be a professional bodybuilder.
Yeah.
Why?
Already there.
Why not, desRow?
All right.
Yeah, what are you trying to say, desRow?
Nothing. Nothing. So I think this covers up everything. Harstem, was there anything else you wanted to talk about the current metagame?
Nah, that's great.
Yes.
It's
Okay. Cool. Moving on, we have the Legacy of the Void multiplayer update. Have you guys seen the notes?
No.
No? Kevin?
Can you tell me them real fast?
I've seen the notes.
Okay.
Let me open.
There's a lot of stuff. They want to, for you, Mini, what they want to do is they want to give free borrow to the Roach once you get Tunneling Claw.
Yeah, I like this.
Yeah? Why do you like it? I thought personally that
Because
was...
it's fucking good.
I thought personally, like, borrow is a little bit boring, but tell us more. Why do you think it would be
I think like the the burrow roaches and shit, it promotes good play. Like a shit player and a good player, the difference will be huge when they have burrow movement.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Like, and I think that's nice when they reward the better players,
Mm-hmm.
so that like Guru on the European ladders games won't look the same as Darts on Pro League. You know, like
Yeah.
that's not how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. They also they said in the previous patch notes that they wanted to give like a dot, like something to deal with like mass air on the infestors. They said they wanted to switch it to the Vipers. Do you have any thoughts about that?
What did you say they wanted to?
They want to give like a sort of a neural parasite, or no, it's like similar to fungal growth, but it's just like a poison onto air units. But they want to move it to the Viper, like
Okay.
to deal with like air units. But
That sounds good.
yeah, that sounds good. Okay, so that's gonna
Yeah.
be on the Vipers. Now, for the Protoss changes, Harstem, what are your thoughts on the Immortal, the barrier no longer needing an upgrade? Have you played the custom mod, by the way?
Like twice. The barrier.
Yeah, it's like the shield. You know, it absorbs damage instead of being like permanent. So like it's it went down to like 200 HP absorbing to 100 HP, but you don't need an upgrade for it. So you don't need like a robotics bay to go get it.
Yeah, sounds alright, man.
Yeah.
But why would they nerf it?
What? Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's a nerf, but they said like because you had to go get the upgrade on the robotics bay, and they thought it was too much.
Wait, it's not strictly a nerf. I mean, they get the upgrade inherently now.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh.
it's just weaker, but before you would have to research it, so you wouldn't get it for a long time. But now you just get it straight off the bat.
Yeah, yeah, they went like half empty, half full. The Tempest is reverted back to how it was, except it doesn't do massive bonus damage to massive, but it still has the dot. What do you think about that, Harstem? Because you know,
Seems
like the
weird.
Yeah.
Like they want to remove the massive, though. I'm not a big fan of that. Then, basically, what the Tempest will do is be completely useless against Zerg,
Mhm.
completely useless against Protoss, and PvP will be back to just Colossi War, I guess.
So that's nice, right?
No,
No.
you're nuts. Just massing Colossi, no depth in the matchup.
Yeah.
You know what the problem was with Colossi War, desRow?
What was it?
Let me tell you this. Imagine I'm playing against, name a European TOS mini.
A European TOS?
Yes.
Psionic.
Imagine I'm playing against Psionic. And with my set of skills that I've acquired over the years, I'll multitask Psionic by quite a bit. I kill 30 or 40 of his probes, desRow.
Mm-hmm.
You would think that's a good thing.
Yes.
But you know what it also does? It makes his army a lot bigger than mine. Well, if I was able to attack the Tempest while doing this harass, he can have 20 Colossi, but if I have 5 Tempests out, I can kill those Colossi and it's fine. However, in Colossi War, it's just about the size of your army. And because your final tech is reached on tier 2, everyone has their final tech really quickly. Which means that you'll just have Colossi. So losing probes is not that big of a deal because you can just max out, hope for a good fight, and win the game. It's not a good mechanic in the game. As also
I've-
would completely kill Zealot Archon Immortal. So
Yes, I
the only real style possible would be Colossus.
I have a question though, Kevin. You think that people would cut out Tempest completely? You don't think people would add 3 in the army just to, long range pressure the other person?
What do you mean?
As in, like,
No.
you would rather have 3 Colossus in your army than 3 Tempests.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you would have
Because
a
they
concave.
just tickle them.
Well, you would like pressure one of their bases.
Yeah,
and
but
then
you
would
need an
explode the
Oracle as well, yeah? So you'd have 3 Tempest and an Oracle. It adds up pretty quickly. I don't know, I
see.
feel it would be useless
Okay.
to have Tempest in there.
Yeah, it's a really big change, the Tempest. Personally, I think I don't like the Tempest, but now that you bring it up about what it does to PvP, it's really important. And now this change is really gonna fuck it up. But anyway, the new Protoss unit, it's a new unit. It comes from the gateway. It can be built after the core. It's similar to a stalker, but it cannot shoot up. It's a range unit, and it has an ability. They haven't named it yet. It sends out a shade of itself, and after a fixed duration, the unit teleports to the location of the shade. The shade can independently move around, but cannot attack or be attacked, and does not impede upon the action of the main unit. We intend to offer a more in-depth look at this unit in the near future. So basically, let's say like you have like 6 of these little guys. You create the shade, and you send them like inside the base, and they can't be attacked. They can't. Well, obviously, like I guess they can be blocked by supply depots or units or whatever. But they just like walk in, and then they end up teleporting over there. So it's sort of like a different Blink, if you will, where you kind of see where the guy's going with it. Harstem, your thoughts? Were you excited when you read that?
Yeah, I like the idea of something new, a unit that has something unique, and I think this unit has it, so that's nice. Yeah, I actually like that unit.
Were you, before they announced that, were you looking forward to another gateway unit?
Well, like I thought they were gonna put the Immortal at the gateway, to be honest,
Oh, really?
and then make it a bit weaker.
Oh.
Yeah, and then try to get sentries out of the game a bit by doing that, by having Immortals, earlier attack, not needing Robo. They wouldn't need Force Field as much, but I think, yeah, I like this unit as well. It's a cool unit.
What about you, Xenocider?
I don't know. It's just kind of weird to me because it seems like Protoss is the race that gets all these kind of gimmicky units. I mean, I don't know if that's good or bad, but it seems like a lot of the new Protoss units or the Protoss units in the history are really like fancy. You know, they don't really do straightforward anything. They can be used in many ways. Like, for instance, the Sentry. It's not like a unit that just attacks, like the Marine, and like you can't really do much with it, right? It has like a lot of uses, a lot of unique uses because of its weird abilities, like Force Field and Guardian Shield and Hallucination or whatever. So what I wanted to ask Kevin is, would you prefer a unit that's more vanilla, more bland, or do you prefer units like these that are more fancy?
It's a good question. I think a bland unit would be nice as well, like a dumb unit that's pretty strong, you know? Yeah, that'd be nice actually to have. That's why,
Right.
but I thought they would do that with the Immortal, you know, because that's basically what the Immortal is. It's a dumb unit that does what it does, you know, it shoots, kills roaches, kills
Right.
marauders, kills buildings. I don't know. I feel like this is kind of the direction you have to go to if you have if you leave Force Field in the game. You can't have a insanely strong unit with that as well, because that would just be broken. So I think you're gonna keep having those fancy units.
Okay. Moving on to the Terran changes. The Urk is removed. Xenocider, what are your thoughts on the Urk being removed?
Yeah, that's bullshit, man. I just want to say it at the very least. Okay, I think units should make it to the playable beta. All right, I understand that maybe the design isn't working out for Blizzard, or well, something's not working out, right? But at the very least, they should let pro players that have access to the Legacy of the Void beta work with these units and see if we can't, you know, I don't know who they're testing with right now. I'm sure they have very experienced internal test teams, but it just seems like there is nothing to lose.
What's funny?
Very experienced internal test teams, okay? I'm sure that everything Blizzard does is completely well thought out. But, I mean, building upon that statement, I would like to say that...
And that, like, pro players tested, it would just end up with, like, fucking you and Moro making some nice Reddit threads about how they should keep all the OP shit.
Exactly.
Then you guys
And that's
can
what,
keep, like,
that's what we should have.
No, man, that's fucking bullshit. Fuck that.
I really
I
think,
like experienced people. They know what's up.
I don't think Blizzard testing the game is the best way to come up with results. I agree with Xeno here. But one thing that I'm sad about the Urk leaving the game is the grapple or whatever. I thought that was a pretty cool spell, and I hope they add it to something else. Are you sad, Xeno? Because there was a lot of micro involved.
Yeah, I'm kind of sad. It's just weird that they don't let us try this out for ourselves, you know? There's nothing to be lost by keeping it in at least the technical alpha, beta, or whatever, let us try it out, and then we can give feedback and see if it works or not. But by removing it now, it just seems like we've lost an option for no reason. You know, we never even got to see what it would be like in the actual game. So, but maybe it's just against one of Blizzard's core philosophies or something like that. Because I know Blizzard has, when they balance games, they usually establish like a fundamental. So, hey, for Terran, it's good in the mid game, great multitasking, whatever, blah blah blah. And if they have a unit that they make that doesn't abide by that fundamental, that philosophy, then they just remove it pretty much. So, I think I can kind of understand why they would do that, but I'm just kind of disappointed they didn't let us test it.
Mm-hmm. The Thor self-repair ability has now been removed. Xeno Sutter, your thoughts?
I mean, I think this one makes sense because there's no downside to doing it, you know? Aside from maybe you catch the Thor while it's doing it. For instance, you pull off a creep, and then you immediately start doing it, and that's when Zerg rushes their army. But besides from that, there's literally no downside to the Thor having that ability. So I think what Blizzard is trying to do here is they remove that ability and then they put in something that actually takes a decision. Like the previous 150mm cannon, you can either decide, do I want to attack or do I want to use these cannons, right? And that creates actual thought in the gameplay, whereas this one is just, okay, it's up, let's use it, you know? Why wouldn't I want my Thor to have more HP? So it makes sense.
Mm-hmm. It makes sense. I agree. Do you guys know about the scan range, the way it works?
No.
No? So basically, you know when you attack move a Marine with your Stalker and it doesn't attack it right away, you have to click on the Marine. Because you know it gets, it's like the same with the Widow Mines, how it the Stalker gets a little bit closer sometimes, randomly.
Yeah, yeah.
They're removing the random factor of that. So they're expanding the scan range. So that when you attack on the ground, you move on the ground, it will attack anything in range. It's not going to search. Because the reason it's random is because it searches for something to attack, and sometimes it doesn't find it right away. So it gets a little closer, and that's why Widow Mines sometimes kill Stalkers for free. But they're going to remove that, so you don't have to target individually a Marine or a Widow Mine. You can just aim move, and the unit will stop as soon as it's in range, and it will start attacking.
Why would I do that?
It's gonna create a little bit better micro,
No, it won't. It will be way easier, won't it?
Well, it'll be easier, yes, but then it'll be harder to get kills with Marines. I don't know, man. That's what Jack Attack made a post, and then some people agreed, some people disagreed, and then Blizzard, I guess, agreed, and that's why they're doing that. So.
I always thought it was weird it happened, but on the other hand, it's a nice little skill mechanic, you know?
Yeah.
That you have to click the Marines while kiting back.
Yeah.
I think it's good for Protoss though, so, you know? Leave it in, boys.
Anything to make for us easier, guys. It's already one of the hardest, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, for Terrans, then. Yeah, I think that covers everything, guys. Multiplayer development update. Blizzard's working on it. They haven't released any date on when the beta is going to come. But the sooner the better, because, you know, pro gamers are always going to do, always going to give you the most skill and, well, I wouldn't say accurate feedback, because a lot of people are biased and sometimes they don't see clearly, and, yeah. Anyway, next topic. We're going to start talking about the roster changes. I know Kevin wasn't too big of a fan of that topic, but I think we have very interesting roster changes. You know, Live joins KT. Mini, what do you think about Live joining KT? Are you a big Live fan, or he plays too crazy for you?
No, man, I'm not a big fan of anyone except myself, but Life is okay. I don't know, it seems like he deserves to be in a good team. Like KT seems like they have lots more money than StarTale, so it kind of makes sense since he's fucking good.
Yeah, I hope he gets paid a lot.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, he deserves a lot of money.
Yeah, that's about it. I don't really care. Maybe it's big for the... he hasn't been doing too well in Pro League, so I don't know, man.
Yeah, but then again, it's gonna help people like Flash get better at TVZ and Zest and so on, and they were really lacking Zerg, so it's nice to see them pick up a really top Zerg. Xeno, you have any thoughts on that?
But you know, like, it doesn't really work like that. Kevin and me was on the same team for so long, and his PvC still isn't that amazing, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, well, rip the Cyril dream is dead.
I have a real question. Why did we ban my boy Graham Rogers, aka Rifkin, from the chat? Any answer to that, desRow?
Because they were spamming the chat like imbeciles. So I had to remove their mods. They're unbanned. Don't worry about it.
They're unbanned.
Yeah.
And
man.
you unmodded Marine Lord? He's
Why
one of the
am I
most
not mod?
he is one of the most well-spoken Terran players I've ever seen.
It's
I don't
also
think
very
it's-
respectable.
Exactly.
Well,
Come on, boys, let's stick to the topics.
Yeah,
Shall we?
Okay, well, what happened?
exactly.
What was the question?
The question is, your thoughts on life joining KT?
I mean, like, well, what can you even say about this? It's great. I mean, he changed teams. He's probably making boatloads of money now. It's awesome. I mean, I guess it's nice that KT has an actual good player now. That Flash has been blowing balls for like 5 years now. But yeah, I guess it's cool. They also had a deficit in Zergs for a while. Now they have an ace for each race. Like, you have a Protoss in Stats or Zest. Both are very good right now. And you have... well, no real Terran aces because Terrans on KT kind of blow right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they have
And
fucking
T-
horrible Zerg players. I didn't even know that.
TY is doing okay, I guess. And, yeah, but Life is going to help anchor down the Zerg side for sure.
Yeah, it's a little bit scary for StarTale though when you think about it, because now that they lost Life, that was like the big appeal to keeping Red Bull on board. Like, they don't have anyone like super marketable and super like well known that has really good results. So hopefully they get their shit together and well, not get their shit together, but hopefully they stay afloat and they can make another superstar, you know. The next up we have MC joins Trig Esports alongside with Madalisk. Mini, your thoughts?
2 world champions in one team. And
World
3
champions
big
in
events
what?
in Dubai.
Yeah.
Wait,
In one
wait,
team.
what? What?
Is
What-
StarCraft?
Oh my god! Dude, do you not know about... I can't believe
What?
this.
What?
What?
Ezra,
What?
what do you mean?
What's happening?
What's
Yeah,
going on?
ISF 2013, was it?
Oh.
Yeah? How do you not know this, desRow?
Oh,
Yeah.
that she won?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
Ezra, are you
Why do you hate
keeping
women,
up?
desRow?
Guys.
I mean, I'm sure we all know that Madalist is a world champion, but like, I'm sure you know that MC is one as well. So
Oh,
that makes
yeah,
two.
Yeah.
well,
Right.
yeah, of
Yeah, that
course,
makes
of course.
two.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
Yeah. They must have a
Because
lot of money.
MC won. He won a GSL, yeah? He won WCS
something
Europe
like
like
that.
twice.
I don't know if you were
Yeah.
questioning whether MC, because we
No,
all
no.
know.
I was questioning Madalist. I didn't know she won, man.
Why would you? Is
Wait.
this because she's a woman?
I can't believe this. I would
Guys,
just like to say from the EG sponsors,
If you were
Hype
Swedish
Rags,
right now,
Monster,
desRow, the Bark of Stockholm will be on your ass, man.
I do not support misogynistic views.
Me
I
neither.
believe everybody should be treated equally in esports.
Yes.
And
Yes.
Desir's a woman hater. That's
Yep.
all it's...
alright, that's official. Right here on Remax, you get the news, guys. So, Trig Esports. So, your thoughts? Do you think it's gonna last? Xeno Cider.
Trig Esports.
Yes.
Did you see their plans?
yeah, of course I've seen their plans.
They're gonna
Well,
make
I
a
can do it.
reality TV show
I
in
want to be in
Dubai.
on that. I think I could bring some good content for that.
Yeah?
Yeah, but still no one would watch. You could bring amazing content, man. Like,
If I was in a fucking reality show,
Like it's-
Kevin.
I would watch Madalisk eat some Nutella in a reality TV show.
Well, desRow, let's not go into what you would do here.
Oh. What
We've
am I...
all seen your Twitter, man.
What?
when the girl's involved, Desi's watching.
Yeah.
Alright, so Xeno Cider, any thoughts before we move on from MC joins Trig Esports?
I just wanna see MC on a reality TV show. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
he walks into the room, it's like, hey, and then the laugh track plays. Like, don't you think that would be hilarious?
Yeah. But also, we can't forget about the 3 premiere events in Dubai, though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How is it going to work if a woman qualifies for this? Like, don't they like hate women down there and stuff?
Yeah. Yeah, it's actually
they in
it's
Dubai?
totally true, man.
Yeah, well, I think they're not allowed to drive and shit in Dubai, man.
Are you serious?
I think so. Or is that
No.
Saudi Arabia?
Dude, Dubai is in India, man. I'm pretty sure people are allowed to drive. Wait, Dubai is in India.
Dubai is in India? Wait a minute.
Wait a second.
What are you?
Wait a second.
Holy bro.
Wait a second.
I don't think you know where Dubai is, do you?
Oh, shit. Oh,
Lebo
God.
check! Oh my fucking god. I'm googling right now. Dubai.
Uh-oh.
Can women drive?
Do
in
not Google.
Dubai?
Do not Google Dubai. Never mind.
Isn't Dubai like an oil state, yeah? Emirates. Yeah, it's in the Emirates. United Arab Emirates.
Alright.
Okay, so women can drive in there. Okay, my bad.
Alright, well...
That's Saudi Arabia.
So
my bad.
yeah, Trig Esports, will they last? We'll never know. Hopefully our MC and medalists get all their dirty esports money until the end of times. That was, yeah, forever happy after. Next up, we have a lot more legitimate story. Violet joins Team Envy Us. For those that don't know Envy Us, they're a big Call of Duty team. They picked up one of the best CSGO teams recently, LDLC, and now they have their eyes on StarCraft. Finally, something I expected to happen like 2 years ago, but then the region lock never happened. I was expecting, you know, some League of Legends. CLG was talking about maybe picking up StarCraft. No one ever did. Until Envy Us, and they're a US-based team. Violet stays in the US, therefore it's good for Jesus Christ. So therefore it's good for the US and for the StarCraft scene. Xeno, have you heard of Envy Us?
Okay, wait. Before we go on this topic, I need to defend myself, okay? As an American, I
Yes.
only care about two countries. America and not America, okay? It is not my responsibility as an American citizen to learn about not America. You understand? Alright, so I am very knowledgeable about America, but I just don't care about the other country. Thank you.
And also biology. He knows a lot about biology.
Yeah, he does know a lot about biology.
Do you guys want to continue on that? What kind
Oh,
of
wait.
Like he just knows
Oh
about
wait, what were we
biology.
talking about?
the biology?
No, we were trying to have a talk. to interrupt
I
us.
was trying. You guys are not. It's
Right,
okay.
Mini, what do you think of Violet joining Envy?
Yeah,
I like
Envy
it.
US.
Violet is really good. And he's
Yeah.
cool. He seems like a cool guy, so I'm happy he got a nice
Yeah,
team.
he's cool.
Do you
Yeah,
think
I like Violet.
Do you think he's had the performance lately to back up, you know, joining a team like that?
Well,
Like-
like, he kinda got a free win in WCS, but other than that, he's been playing pretty well.
What did he play in the WCS?
Libo Chang, man!
No! Come back!
It seems it's just us now, Mini.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
coming
he's
back.
coming
He's coming back.
back.
All right.
He looks really handsome today, though.
Yes.
Yeah, it's quite a shame. I lost pretty hard, but who did you play in Challenger Mini?
What? Ooh.
Oh wait.
Man, I got fucked over by Zerg versus Zerg, man. I got...
For a little bit of
Fired.
yeah. By the way,
I don't
Mini
know,
didn't
man.
make it to Challenger. In case you guys were wondering who he lost to, but Ripperino. Xeno, what are your
Yeah.
thoughts on Violet? Do you think it's good for the scene?
That another team's here? Yeah,
Yeah.
sure, it's great, but I mean, the real question is, what is the future going to look like? What are other teams from, let's say, League of Legends, CS:GO, going to come to StarCraft, invest in players? I mean, and if that's the case, are there any players to invest in the North American scene anymore? Because that's what we all really care about. And I'm not sure. We'll have to find out.
All right. Well, they can always go look at Root. Masa's really good, and so on. And I'm sure they can find good players if they look. Guys, we're gonna take a small break. When we come back, we're gonna talk about IM Katowice, the 2v2 tournament from Rifkin, and a bunch of more community items. And then we'll take your questions. Get involved in the discussion on Reddit, and we'll also do the Patreon call-ins. So guys, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.